call the meeting to order. Please rise and join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I welcome our visitors here and in Zoom land. I can't see if anybody else is trying to get on. Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, we lost our control.
I know. Well, he's doing something better, so.
Yes, I know, very important.
Do we have any additions to the agenda other than have the question on the van?
Okay.
Anything else?
That form that needs signatures. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Did you have anything other than that?
no,
No, okay, so it was just those two.
right.
I handed you such a big handful of paper, I apologize.
Can we have a motion to add the town van under new business?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Jeff?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion carries. Okay, town clerk portal, oh, I'm sorry, open public comment for items not on the agenda. That was almost it. Okay, town clerk, quarterly report, sir.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, members of the board. It is a busy time, as you know, within the town clerk's office. Not only is this a four-election year with town meeting and the annual town election separate events, we've got the president make that a state primary in August and the general election in November.
What is the date in August?
What's that?
What's the date in August?
Second Tuesday in August, the first Tuesday in November.
Okay,
And to that end, the state of Vermont has funded an upgrade of our vote scanning devices. We've received the one here at Town Hall within the last week, and I am going away for a day-long training on that item on Friday. In addition, I'll be out tomorrow for the annual town clerk training, which is done by the Clerk Treasurers Association, and my assistant will be in half-day tomorrow. Along with that, what's going on in the office? Land records continue to be busy. Not only are properties transferring, but people are looking at the past couple of years and taking advantage of the fact that they can put their property into life estates, transferring ownership jointly with their children to make sure that there's no hiccups and that properties do not go to probate. That is keeping us busy, along with a lot of refinancing of mortgages these days. We're getting lots of requests from out-of-state people to not only get their marriage licenses, but to actually marry in Vernon. And to that end, we've gotten favorable reports on both Tinder and on Yelp for our office, which I think is kind of funny. There's even been a couple who came as far away as Toronto to get married on the first day the Canadian border opened.
Wow.
And I said, why me? They said, well, we saw you online. I said, oh, okay. That's fine with me. In addition, something that's been happening since the pandemic began that I want to call the community's attention to. Dog licensing is down. I don't think we've suddenly seen 100 dogs disappear. It's just that people are not taking the responsibility of getting their dogs vaccinated for rabies and licensing them. Vermont law is still in effect. We need to do this every year. And frankly, we had waived late fees during the pandemic. We're not doing that now. You need to come in, get your dogs licensed. We normally have about 350 dogs a year. But over the past couple of years, that's been down to the mid-200s. So I know that those dogs haven't packed up and hit the high country. We need to make sure we are responsible pet owners. A couple of things here. The recently re-locked door outside our office has been a big plus. We've been trying to keep people out of that hallway during the pandemic because, frankly, there were people in our offices who are at risk at a higher level than the general public. So there have been times of the year that I've been a middle linebacker to head people off, and I'm quite grateful I don't need to do that right now. In addition, other things that have changed during the pandemic, with the official website, I am taking a greater role in uploads and learning how to do that on the fly. That's been uneven, but so far I've been up for the challenge. The thing that's been troubling is that we lost all of our volunteers at the start of all this. And right now, those who had volunteered really are not in a position to come back. So I am publicly soliciting anyone who'd like to spend a few hours a week to contact my office. I could use the extra set of hands. It was about 10 hours a week of volunteer time that just ended up lost in the wind. I think that's all I have. If any of you have any questions, I'd love to hear them.
No, I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you all,
Thank
and thank you for your support on the budget.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
You too.
Thank you, Shelley.
Okay, minute approval?
I don't think we can do them.
That wasn't him.
Oh,
Jeff
okay,
wasn't here.
that'll be tabled. Okay, and the warrant.
Okay. I move that we approve payment of the following warrant. 21T accounts payable, $27,169.81. 16S payroll, $8,873.77. And 17S payroll, $7,181.36.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I'm an aye. Motion carries. Town admin report.
The Girl Scouts have marked the location of the holiday tree to be planted, it's over beside the gazebo, and if someone could take a walk out there when they get a chance, and if everyone actually takes a look around and see what their thoughts are. There is a conduit out there, and I think that they have avoided it, so there shouldn't be a digging issue, but we just want to make sure that it's acceptable to the board and that everyone.
Okay. Are they gonna check with the highway department about
They already have.
underground?
Yeah, we already looked at it before we marked it out, and before they made a decision that was where they thought it should be as well, but we just want to make sure everyone's on board before we move forward. The Vernon Highway Department has been selected for a town highway class 2 roadway grant for Tyler Road, mill and overlay. I received a quote for situation awareness training from Margolis and Healy, and hope to be scheduling some training on that as well in the next few weeks. And on Thursday, May 12th, I will be at the office. I'll be attending the Southern Vermont Economy Summit. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you very much. DV Fiber, second alternate appointment. Ronna, you are,
Is this all right?
that's okay.
I'm Bronna Zlatover. I'm I'm the alternate, the current alternate to DV Fiber. I'm here to introduce you all to Mark Palinois.
Hello.
Mark
Took off
was,
my mask so that everyone knows what I look like if you see me in the street.
Perfect.
Mark worked with Munson and me and others on the subcommittee on fiber optics that was part of Vernon's, was under the Planning Commission in 2015 to 2017. He, in fact, Munson, Mark and I wrote the final report. And then we all kind of scattered, and then, as you all know, in 2020, Munson and I became active again in DV Fiber, also known, it's Deerfield Valley Communications Union District, doing business as DV Fiber. We assumed that Mark had gone to Maine to follow a love that he has for boat building and to work with, I think, to apprentice with a boat builder in Maine. But he didn't, and about 5 or 6 weeks ago, I was in the Guilford Country Store, and there he was, and he said he had been following, reading about, DB Fiber, the reports that we had put in the newsletter and things, and he was interested, and I said, we could tell you more about it, so we met with him a couple of weeks ago, and asked him if he would be an alternate. We could have officially as many as 2, but I know some of the towns have more, and he agreed, and so we'd like you to appoint him as a second alternate. To remind you, we have 1 voting member and we can have, alternates, and really all of us are just volunteers, and we use our strengths to help build this fiber optic network in this, in Wyndham County. And so I'll let him talk, tell you about himself, and you can ask him any questions. You wanted to meet him.
Great.
Mark Palinois, I retired from Vermont Yankee, was an engineer there. The last 15 years there, I did the risk analysis for the company, corporation there, and systems analysis is part of that. And I was heavily involved in performing reliability and maintenance, maintainability studies for the company. Retired, and I'm still interested in those subjects, and this is an opportunity for me to apply that to this new project that we have. So,
Jeff, you have any
willing to
questions?
provide my talents such as they are.
Thank you.
No, that's
Any
wonderful.
questions?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you.
Before we leave, can that form be faxed? You sign it and fax it to Donna, the clerk of DB Fiber, so that,
I could be officially
So the board-
designated as an
Yeah.
alternate.
Does the board need to sign that?
Yeah.
Or is it just one person?
Sandy,
Just Sandy, okay.
yeah, because Sandy signed the last one.
Okay.
And also, I want to put a plug in for DB Fiber for folks who don't know about it, but watch this, or even if check us out on dbfiber.net. We have a quarterly newsletter. You can come, like here, you can attend our governing board meetings, attend in quotes because we're online on GoToMeeting. If you want to attend, go to dbfiber.net. Under About, you'll see governing board, and it will tell you how to get to see our agendas. In fact, our annual meeting is next Wednesday, the 10th, and you all are welcome. Everybody is welcome.
Tuesday's the 10th.
It's Tuesday the 10th. Yeah, usually our governing board meetings are on Wednesdays, but this is an annual meeting it's on the Tuesday. We could use all the volunteers, even if you don't become an alternate. We have lots of needs. We have 3 committees: operations, finance and audit, and communications. And you'll be hearing more and more about us as we come closer to Vernon.
Great. Okay, board, what is your pleasure?
Thank you.
Thanks.
I move that we appoint Mark Palinois. I hope I didn't,
Good job.
as an alternate to DB Fiber.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, Jeff?
Right.
Jean?
Aye.
I'm an aye, the motion carries.
Well, pleased to meet you all.
Thank you
and,
very much.
Thank
see
you
in the
very much.
future.
Thank you for your service.
Yes.
Thank you.
You.
I'll be in touch.
Yeah.
The Wetlands Program General Permit, dry hydrant on Fort Bridgman Road. Is this just an FYI?
The work wasn't done. They sent out a new application with a new date, and I'm not sure if we need to approve it all over again, because it seems that there needs to be a new application. I'm not sure if the grant timeframe closed.
I'm not sure either.
for the work, but The-
Everything's signed and sent back to Troy this morning. The
okay.
application itself, the
Okay.
permit.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we need to approve that, if it's already been approved.
If it's already been approved, we don't need to approve it again.
Okay. So it's just a technicality.
I would like to table action on rescue until our next meeting. If the board doesn't mind.
Yeah, sounds good.
They, there's no deadline for them
Not
on
sure what June
The contract starts July first, so.
Yeah. has to be
hopefully-
returned by June 30th, so.
Oh,
Yes,
sounds good.
okay. And the Garaventa USA. It's authorization for work on the wheelchair lift test. And I think Shelley can probably explain it better.
So we had someone come out and inspect the wheelchair lift, and I was under the assumption that's all that needed to be done. However, it needs to be tested every year due to the age. I believe it's 35 years old at this point, and it's lived long past its lifespan. So we need to contract with somebody separately to conduct that test.
Is this the elevator thing?
This is the
Yeah.
wheelchair lift, yeah. And it's,
So they want something beyond the company we have that inspects and maintains it for us?
they just inspect, they don't do anything else, they don't do the testing. I was made well aware, and it was a
Oh.
90-day conditional certification that was given until we get that test done. And if that
Oh.
test doesn't get done, then they pull it. They were gonna
Okay.
shut it down, and we said, seniors need to use that. So we kinda need something in place.
Yeah.
And the approximate price is,
Last time it was done, it was, I think, $1,300 just for the test, and then there was additional work that was done, a couple or few $100 worth of repairs were done.
Oh, was that like just a few years ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I know it's,
This is
yeah,
every year, or,
this is every year that it's inspected.
so at least $1,300 every year.
Mm-hmm. I think, honestly, it needs to be replaced.
We'll have to.
They actually only go for 30 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
another
that
project
needs
I'm
to-
looking at.
Get addressed in the capital plan.
Mm-hmm.
Not now, of course,
Maybe
but,
for grant. Needs to be
Right.
find a
Or-
grant for that.
yeah.
that could be an ARPA thing.
Mm-hmm. Or it could be another
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
We could just take care of it.
To replace it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we can't find grant money,
Yep.
or at least some matching money. That would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like if it's gone beyond its life expectancy.
Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of money to test it.
Yeah, it's a lot of,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
they're taking a lot of liability.
Because of the age, unfortunately.
So we need a motion to sign this authorizing the work to be done in the payment.
So moved.
Your second?
Second.
All those in favor, Jeff?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
I'm an aye, I'll sign it right now. Okay. Cameras, volunteers. No, the town van. I think for the town van, we should go into, no, we don't have to go into executive session for that. The seniors have contacted us and asked what you would like, or if we would make a policy or just a statement on the unvaccinated people using the van. They are concerned that when they're on their trips and stuff, there's more exposure if they're unvaccinated. I just received a notification on another organization where they're saying that anybody riding on public transportation is supposed to be masking. I don't know if we want to require that, but what is your pleasure on this? because they're gonna be meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, because this is a tough one, because I think the CDC dropped a lot of that.
Yeah, you don't have to have masks on airplanes or
Right.
any public transit. They certainly don't check your vaccination status.
They don't.
No.
When we flew to Minneapolis, they
Other
didn't.
than going to the hospital where they might ask you.
Right.
So I don't really think we can require anything.
Okay.
I think we could.
Well, yeah, we could, but I don't agree we should.
You don't think we should? You know, I get the point. You're kind of in a stew pot when you're on the van, and
Yeah.
once they're off of it, I think they could do what they wanted, but that's all the bad things, the close quarters, closed in, just worst environment.
Yes. So we do not have a position to take on this because we're split. We have to have 3 ayes on anything tonight. So no action is a no action. And there's nothing to say that because they draw up their own van rules, and that they don't draw up their van rules, we approve them, but they can work on that.
I mean, I think they certainly should encourage wearing masks.
Mm.
But like I said, at this point in time, society is not requiring much of any precautions.
I think it was New Hampshire, or we were discussing Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont on this email, and I don't have it. But if, you have to look at your county and see what color your county is, and if your county gets to orange, asks. If it's in good shape, they don't require, but they are saying public transportation, but that's it, so,
So if they do make their own rules for their van,
they do.
I don't know really why they're coming to us then, because if
Mhm.
it's their group and they're making their rules for their group,
Right,
then,
for their
then
group.
they can make their rules, right?
Right,
So,
okay, perfect.
yeah.
Okay, moving on to the camera system quotes. Highway and fire department, please.
Because the last quotes have just been for this building, right?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that the highway still has something in place, but I think it's outdated.
Oh, did you have some camera or something?
They have this that should answer all the problems they have with people taking too much sand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Taking what?
Too much sand.
Yeah.
And this should all go on that same grant that I'm applying for.
Great.
That's why I pushed to try to get them in as early as possible. So we can act quickly.
So, I mean, there's gonna be a annual fee also, right? for-
No.
No.
No, there's no,
This all gets reported to the NVR. 30 days worth.
oh, so,
So
okay,
you only
all
access
right.
it if there's an incident.
You buy the equipment and we have the monitoring and the recording and ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yep, everything will be on the NVR, but there's no alarm or anything that gets broken into or anything like that, because it's not that type of system, it's just a camera system.
Okay. Good.
What is an NVR?
It's a recorder,
Okay,
video recorder.
And this would, like at the highway garage, go for across the street too then?
Yeah, the one camera should be able to get it from a
Mhm.
distance. Yeah, so it's like a network video recorder, I think that's what NVR is.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the only bid that we got for it?
Yes, because we had gotten bids on all the,
Okay.
I wanted to just go with the same figure for consistency and price point and everything. We were really spot on. Try to
Yeah.
stay with the same contractor.
Mhm.
So folks, what is your pleasure?
Good to me.
Do we have a motion?
I didn't know if you started talking.
Oh, no, I just, it looks good to me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I didn't want to formulate the motion.
Oh, all right. I move that we have Home Security Service LLP do the proposed work at the Vernon Highway Department and the Vernon Fire Department for surveillance cameras.
Is there a second?
Yes, second.
No more discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
I'm an aye. That's 3 ayes. Okay, employee appreciation.
No, did we have anything new?
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, no, I had, I put in everyone's packet the budget. That was
Right.
what we were waiting on, just the budget to see
This,
what additional lines and the additional funds that may be available. So I take that back.
oh, because rounding up to a,
It was the gas
Normal
cards,
number.
I had no information.
is it for the fire department or which one are we on?
Volunteer,
No, this is
employee
employee
appreciation.
appreciation, not the
Right.
gas card one.
Right, so I know that, I don't know, unless we had some bizarre amount, we were over the appreciation.
Yeah, everyone felt that it was too small a figure.
Well, this will give us 2 weeks to look this over, because it's not fair for Jean. She'd want to abstain or recuse herself.
Yeah, I can't.
So let's
So,
study this over and put it on next agenda.
I will tell you, because I have to do this all the time for the library, Cindy's given us the percentage of the budget that's been expended, and we are 82.74% through our fiscal year. So,
Okay, we're 82%.
yeah, you're not as a reference to what the percentage of what's been spent, what that means.
Thank you.
puts it in better perspective. I think it would say it on the report, actually, it would generate that figure.
I do it myself every month for the library trustees, so.
That makes sense.
Okay. Fire department gas, Amazon, Visa cards.
I have no new information.
Okay.
Michael has, the treasurer looking into, doing something through the bank, maybe the Visa cards, to see if that's a possibility, that she can do it through the bank and maybe even online to generate them and refill them.
Okay.
Ooh, that'd be
So-
one.
Yes, for simplicity, and convenience.
Okay.
Because she's physically going out and getting the cards constantly, so we're still working on that.
All right.
Yeah, because I think they get like a tally every month of what, like based on their calls that they went to, so it'd be great if she could just do it online and put that money into their cards.
Yeah. Okay, we can't do your performance review tonight. We need to have a full board for that. upcoming meetings. We'll be meeting, we have a public hearing prior to our next board meeting.
And I had reached out to Wyndham Regional about if there's no public input, whether or not we can just do the adoption of the bylaw changes. And I was told that yes, so we could
Great.
do it all in one meeting.
All right. So does anybody have anything else to come before this August 20th? I would then entertain a motion to
I
adjourn.
move we adjourn.
Second, you know how to do that.
Yeah.
This meeting is
Doing years of
adjourned.
practice.